August 28, 2009, Paris, backstage at Seine Festival. A guitar smashes against a wall. Security rushes in. Two brothers, seconds away from throwing punches, are pulled apart. Outside, tens of thousands of fans, waiting, cheering, no idea their band just imploded. Hours later, 4 words hit the internet. I quit Oasis tonight. The biggest band in Britain? Over in one night. But here's what nobody tells you. This wasn't their first fight. It wasn't even their 10th. So why did this one end everything? Because what happened in that dressing room wasn't just a fight. It was the final round in a 15-year war, and someone finally said the one thing you can never take back. Let me show you something. 1994. Liam mocks Noel on stage in LA. Noel throws a tambourine at his head, quits the tour. 1995. Recording session. Liam invites drunk strangers into the studio. Noel grabs a cricket bat, swings, connects, tour canceled. A few years later, Barcelona, night out drinking. Liam makes a comment about Noel's wife. Noel headbutts him, quits, again. You see the pattern? Fight, violence, tour canceled, they patch it up, repeat. For 15 years, this cycle kept Oasis alive. The tension, the chaos, the will they or won't they explode tonight. That was the brand. Until Paris. Because in Paris, something changed. And to understand what, we need to talk about the week leading up to that night, because the fuse was already lit. Summer 2009. Oasis is on tour. Dig Out Your Soul album. Arenas packed. Festivals sold out. Behind the scenes, the machine is dying. They're traveling separately, doing separate press. Crew tiptoeing around them, never knowing if tonight's a good night or a blow-up night. Then comes August 22nd, V Festival, Staffordshire. The show happens, barely. Tension backstage is suffocating. Next night, August 23rd, Chelmsford, show's about to start. Liam can't perform. Laryngitis, doctor's note, official, medical. But Noel doesn't believe it, or doesn't care. Days later, he tells the press, it was a hangover, publicly, on record. Now imagine you're Liam. Your brother just called you a liar, told the world you're unprofessional, blamed you for canceling a show when you had a doctor's note. That claim? It becomes a legal nightmare. 2011, Liam sues for libel. Noel eventually apologizes, admits the diagnosis was real, but the damage is done. Because now it's not just creative differences, it's personal, it's trust, it's respect. And 5 days later, they're in Paris. August 28, 2009, Seine Festival, prime slot. Massive crowd. Backstage, the atmosphere is ice. Liam and Noel aren't speaking. Crew's keeping them separated. Everyone's praying they just get through the show. Stage is set. Instruments tuned. Intro tape ready to roll. Call time, minutes away. Then, Liam walks into the dressing room. Now, we don't have footage of what happens next, but we have statements, crew accounts, court documents, and one very specific artifact we'll come back to. Here's what we know. Words are exchanged, not about the set list, not about the sound, about the week before, about Chelmsford, about years of unresolved shit. Voices rise. Someone says something about family, about respect, about the one thing you don't come back from. And that's when it goes physical. But before I tell you what breaks, I need to show you why this moment was different from every other fight, because there's one detail that changes everything. Alright, here's what makes Paris the point of no return. Every other fight? Private, tour buses, hotel rooms, studio sessions. Crew keeps it quiet. Press never gets details. Fans never see it. Paris? Public. Because when that dressing room door slams and Noel walks out, the festival has a problem. Show's supposed to start now. Stage managers panicking. crowd's getting restless. Other bands are waiting. They scramble, try to find a solution. Delay, stall, can't. So they do the one thing they can do: tell the truth. A message flashes on the giant festival screen. Tens of thousands of people see it. Due to an altercation within the band, that's it. That's the message. Confusion ripples through the crowd. Then boos. Then phones come out. People start filming, posting, tweeting. And within hours, Noel posts, "I quit Oasis tonight." 4 words: public, permanent, no walking it back. But here's the artifact I promised you. The physical proof this wasn't just a heated argument. A red 1960 Gibson ES 355, Noel's guitar, gets caught in the chaos, damaged. Some accounts say smashed, others say hit and cracked. What we know for sure, years later, it's repaired, auctioned, full documentation, provenance linking it to this exact night in Paris. A guitar with a paper trail. That's how you know this was different. Let me show you how fast this spreads. Festival screen, 9 p.m. local time. Message goes up. 9:15 p.m. Fans start posting online. Oasis just canceled. Something happened backstage. 10 p.m. Noel's statement drops. "I quit Oasis tonight." 10:30 p.m. Newswires pick it up. Headlines: Oasis split after backstage brawl. 11 p.m. Radio stations breaking into programming. Music sites updating live. Midnight. Tabloids scrambling. Agents fielding calls. Promoters running numbers. By morning, the entire music world knows. And this isn't just drama, it's logistical chaos. Tour dates? Canceled. Tickets? Refunded. Festival lineups? Reshuffled. Insurance clauses? Activated. In one night, Oasis went from stadium headliners to 2 solo artists who can't be in the same room. But here's what makes it worse. The reason stays private. For days, no one knows what actually happened. Then the statements come out, and they're brutal. Noel, years of verbal and violent intimidation, can't work with Liam a day longer. Liam rejects that completely, says Noel's being dramatic, says the band could have continued. And the press? They're running with both sides. Fans are choosing teams. The Gallagher Civil War goes public. But there's one thing neither of them disputes. Something broke in Paris that couldn't be fixed. So what was it? What was the line that got crossed? Here's what I think happened, based on timeline, statements, and that Chelmsford context. Remember, 5 days before Paris, Noel publicly blamed Liam for a canceled show, called it a hangover when there was medical proof otherwise. That's humiliation. That's disrespect in front of the world. Now you're backstage in Paris, minutes before showtime. Liam walks in. Maybe he wants to clear the air. Maybe he wants an apology. But Noel? He's done apologizing, done compromising, done carrying a frontman he thinks is unreliable. And Liam? He's done being disrespected by a brother who thinks he's the only reason Oasis matters. So one of them says it, the thing they've been dancing around for 15 years. "I don't need you." Maybe it's Noel, maybe it's Liam, doesn't matter. Because once that's said out loud, there's no band anymore. Just 2 brothers who've been trapped in a cycle they can't escape. And that's why Paris was different. Not because it was violent. They'd been violent before. Not because it was public. Plenty of bands implode publicly. But because for the first time, one of them meant it when they walked away. No reconciliation tour this time. No makeup press conference. Just silence. And 2 separate careers. So what happens after the implosion? Liam forms BDI, takes the rest of the Oasis lineup with him, tours, releases albums, keeps the swagger. Noel builds High Flying Birds, solo project, full creative control, no drama. Both successful, both touring, both proving they don't need each other. 2011, that Chelmsford thing comes back. Liam files a libel suit over the hangover claim. Noel apologizes, admits the medical diagnosis was real. Case dropped. But they still don't speak. Years pass. Interviews happen. Every time, same question. Will Oasis ever reunite? Every time, same answer. No. Until 2022. That red Gibson resurfaces. The one from Paris. Repaired. Auctioned. Full documentation. Physical proof of the night that ended everything. And suddenly, people start talking about Paris again. The myth grows. The demand builds. 2024. Reunion rumors turn real. 2025. Comeback shows announced. Sold out in minutes. Record-breaking demand. Paris, the night that destroyed Oasis, becomes the prologue to the biggest rock reunion of the decade. Here's the thing nobody tells you about that night in Paris. It didn't end Oasis. It revealed what Oasis always was. Two brothers trapped in a cycle they couldn't break. Creative genius on one side, untouchable charisma on the other. And in between, 15 years of resentment with no release valve. Every fight before Paris had an escape hatch. Walk away, cool off, patch it up, get back on stage. But in Paris, someone closed the hatch. And once you say, "I quit," in front of tens of thousands of witnesses, once the festival screen broadcasts your failure, once the statements go out, there's no taking it back. The myth says one tantrum ended Oasis. Wrong. What ended Oasis was 15 years of tension, poor communication, separate travel, and two egos that couldn't fit in the same room anymore. Paris was just the night the mask came off. And now, decades later, they're about to share a stage again. But here's the question hanging over every reunion show. Did they ever talk about Paris? Did they ever address what was said in that dressing room? Or are they just two professionals doing a job, hitting their marks, playing their songs, cashing their checks, while that night in Paris sits between them like a landmine? Because if they didn't resolve it, they're not reuniting a band. They're just delaying the next explosion. And the only question left is, will the music finally be louder than the fight? Or will Paris happen again, this time in front of a stadium? Guess we'll find out.